I like what you've said. You are not excited because you're going to your workplace.
Yeah.
You're excited because you're going to a space that's going to allow you to give solutions to people.
To make people happy.
And that basically, I think, encapsulates your purpose. You're giving solutions to people.
And now, here I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to a good life.
Yeah.
My marriage is crumbling down.
Mm.
And now the job is till further notice. We don't know till when. And if I didn't get the crisis,
you'd probably still be comfortable, living a good life, by the way, but not fulfilled. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Corner Seat. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rozitta, and I'm excited because this episode is a continuation of the previous episode we did, the one that I told you had a technical area, and so we had to do a take two. But I guess here we are with the one and only amazing co-host. I should actually introduce you as a co-host officially.
Wow.
Official co-host of The Corner Seat. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me
here. Again. And again and again. I think we've done this like 4 times at this point.
I know.
But anyway, it's fine.
It is okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
You look amazing. Aki, I want that outfit. It's so cozy, stylish, yet comfortable.
Yeah, you feel at home.
Yeah.
Good, as in I'm really comfortable.
You look amazing.
You look amazing too.
Girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Yeah, so today's podcast we are talking about purpose. Wow. And this was a question that had been asked during the Talitha Kumi conference.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can read the question as it was so that we don't paraphrase. And then we can dive right onto the episode. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, this is your opportune time to go ahead and do that.
Now, the person asked how to discover yourself, your purpose in life, and one's calling.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's a broad question.
It is really wide.
Discovering yourself, your purpose and calling. Do you think there's a difference between purpose and calling?
I think they work together hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because it's through purpose.
Yeah.
You are able to do what you're called for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's begin right at this point.
Yes.
What's your understanding of purpose? And are you walking in that understanding?
Okay. Now, according to me, purpose is walking in your divine, should I say divine assignment?
Yeah.
Walking in your fulfillment.
Oof.
Because there's something you do and you feel that I am fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think purpose is walking in your fulfillment and knowing and being fulfilled in exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's something you can do and you feel like
this is not it.
This is not it.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
But purpose is what you find fulfillment in doing. Yes.
So do you feel fulfilled in whatever you're doing?
I mean, I'm still in the journey.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm now getting in line with what I was called to do.
Oof.
There are times earlier I was feeling like, hey, I'm doing something for the sake of
yeah.
But now what I'm doing, I find contentment. That at the end of the day, when I go to bed, I feel like
yes,
there's something.
I did something.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like that for you.
Yes. What about you?
Well, for me, I think purpose is the reason why you wake up on a daily.
Wow.
Like not your workplace, not your job, but the reason you feel energetic enough to wake up today.
Wow.
Yeah. And I feel like people who don't have purpose struggle with why am I even alive?
Mm-hmm.
You know that question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I would say for me, my understanding of purpose is basically, why am I waking up today? Why am I living today? Why has God given me the chance to live today?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And I feel it's basically what you said, divine assignments.
Yeah, but I think the way you've said it is just come out very nice.
Yeah.
That I'm longing for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's something I need to do.
You look forward to doing your purpose,
yes,
Yes.
Well, I remember there are times, and especially those that are employed.
I thank God I don't relate.
I can relate.
Tell us about that.
Sometimes you just don't want to wake up.
Yeah, you're like, another day.
Another day with the hassles of the day,
Yeah.
There are times, I remember there's a time I worked at Huduma Center. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm employed. Yeah. But I would find fulfillment there because I would relate with people. And once I give people a solution and they're excited when they're walking out of that door, they're excited. Yeah. Now that one made my day.
I like what you've said. You are not excited because you're going to your workplace.
Yeah.
You're excited because you're going to a space that's going to allow you to give solutions to people.
Yeah, to make people happy.
And that basically, I think, encapsulates your purpose. You're giving solutions to people, regardless of the platform that you're using that for.
Exactly.
That is powerful.
That time I used to wake up and just want to go to work.
Yeah.
And go meet those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just see people being happy.
Yeah.
That one brought a lot of fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was employed for 2 weeks.
Oh. Okay. Wow, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and I called it quits. So this is what happened. Yeah, I'm a fresh undergrad. I've just graduated.
Yeah.
I know, of course, the obvious thing is to get a job.
Yes.
So I asked my cousin for help, and she linked me up with somebody who had these chain businesses, the ones that have a petroleum, and then there's a shop on the side, and car wash and car spares and stuffs.
Yeah.
And so she linked me up with that person, and he gave me the job.
Okay.
As an accountant. That's the title I was given. Remember, I've done mathematics and computer science and CPA 1. Yeah. I've done CPA 1, although I failed in introduction to law, but I still did CPA 1. So I can say I'm a half certified public accountant.
Yeah.
So I got the job.
CPA rules.
Half. Remember, I failed in law.
Okay.
And then, so I got the job and I'm excited about it. Do I know anything about accounting? I do not remember anything because financial accounting used to make me cry. I'd bawl my eyes out.
Oh.
I loved mathematics, but that was some different level, I even had to get a tutor to help me understand FA. It was challenging for some reason. Yeah. But I am an accountant, and honestly, I don't remember anything. But I learned on the job. Yeah. But eventually, it turned out to be more than just an accountant because I was also the procurement officer. Oh. I was the boss's PA. Oh. I was the secretary. I was literally everything in the company.
Oh, that's a lot for one.
Yeah. Let me tell you, waking up to go to that job,
you feel like
I'm afraid to go to bed because I know I need to wake up early to go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed all night instead of sleeping because I know I need to wake up and go to work.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks, I was like, hey, see your must. See must. I was so stressed. Yeah. Honestly, those are probably the most unhappiest weeks of my life. Right. Wow. And I said, I can't do this. Let me just keep focusing on YouTube and just keep using this platform to do what I love best, which is just speaking to hearts of people,
and giving life to them.
Yeah.
You've just reminded me. I also got employed. I think my first employment.
Yeah.
I worked for 9 days. For 9 days.
Tell us about that. What happened?
I worked for 9 days. Now I used to go to work.
Yeah.
Monday to Saturday.
Oh,
yeah, yani you didn't have even your time. So from 7 to 6. That was a lot.
That's a lot.
And so I remember the first day I reported. It was an aggrovate shop.
Yeah.
So their store was on that floor, and then the shop is on the ground floor.
Yeah.
So that day I came in, and that was when the stock came in. And now we have to take the stock to the store. That floor.
That floor.
Aggravate these medicines za mifugo and animal and plants. They are not
they're not light.
Wow, let me tell you. Wow. Then I got a call from my sister. They are going to eat meat. I love nyama.
Oh my.
I love meat. So she called me and they told me we are going to for lunch. Unfortunately, I can't leave. It's my first day. I'm really tired.
It's your first day and you're thinking about meat.
Yes.
She's focused.
About meat. And now I'm already traumatized because of carrying the cartons to that floor.
Oh my God.
I remember I used to carry them, and then when I'm going down, I would stop at first floor, cry, and then go pick another carton. And then I got people who are not friendly. Yeah. Like people who are not willing. And that time I have my degree.
Oh my gosh, you're thinking, I'm a degree holder.
Yes, and surely.
And these people don't respect
they can't even
the degree.
They're giving me the work of carrying career cartons.
Oh my God.
That one really annoyed me.
Yeah.
And I also remember there's a day that there were the IT people who came to teach about the system. Yeah. The ladies that were there, they didn't even want me to learn. Now I was wondering, I just want to learn. I'm not coming to take your job. Okay? I went for Christmas. I didn't come back.
You went and went.
Yes.
Lendo Kendaga.
Can you imagine? Yeah. And then go pick something, whatever, a carton of something. Yeah. From the store. Okay, you remember the fire you're going.
Oh my God.
I that time, and then I would come home. You're really tired. You can't even do anything in the house. Yeah. I remember that time I used to stay with my parents, and they were like, there's no need. Yeah, it's not a must. It's not a must. But I told them, let me continue. Yeah. Denied. And that's when
that was the end.
They tried to call me, and I was like, I don't even know. How? I was really tired. I wouldn't even wash utensils.
Oh
when
my
I come
gosh.
home.
Yeah.
And then by 7, you needed to be there.
Again.
And you see now in a private organization, you really need to keep time.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. Yeah. I said, no.
Clearly.
Not.
Yeah.
No, if I compare that time and when I went to Huduma,
heaven and earth.
Yeah, Huduma would smile. I didn't even mind me wearing a uniform.
Like you enjoyed
just
it.
Wear a uniform.
Yeah.
But let me go meet people and just talk to them.
I feel like what I'm hearing from you is your job is not your purpose per se.
It's not.
But you can find a job that aligns with your purpose.
Well said.
Makes sense. Yeah. And unfortunately, I feel like so many people take their job as their purpose,
And that's wrong because that job is not a permanent thing. Yeah. You can wake up one morning and find that you're no longer needed. Your services are no longer needed. Where do you even start? And maybe you would take it that your job is
your life. Yeah.
Now that's where you find people getting frustrated, getting into depression. Yeah. Because they had taken their job as their purpose. And they and which is not. And so you end up being frustrated And at times, it also works for the good.
Yeah, it pushes you
now to find back
to where you need to be at.
So it's not easy. It's a painful journey.
It's a journey, definitely.
But now at least you get to align with your purpose.
Yeah.
God does so many things to help you align with your purpose.
Yeah.
It's not that He hates you or something. Yeah. But He wants you to realize that I've been called for this. Yeah. Wow. And He helps you now walk and navigate through the crisis. Yeah. You are able to press on and become what God ordained you to be. That makes sense. So maybe we could then go back to how we've both discovered our purpose, or if we're on that journey, how we got to be on that journey, because I feel like we've all had a starting point, and I feel like everybody also has their starting point or just that mark in their life that turns them towards their purpose, helps them understand who they are, what they should be living for. So do you have anything in particular that probably steered you into understanding your purposes towards giving solutions to people? Yeah. No, initially I was inspired during, I think I talk about a lot about Huduma Center. Yeah. I got inspired at Huduma Center because I was working with this vulnerable group. The women, the youth, and the PWD. And it's not easy to deal with PWD. Yeah. Yeah, it's you need to handle them with a lot of care. You need to be very mindful of what you're talking to them, because if you use a negative word towards them, it could be taken negatively. Yeah. So when I was able now to interact with them, even at this point, I meet them on the roads and they remember you. Yeah, and they're sweet. So excited. Others with their clutches, others with their wheelchair, and you feel excited. Yeah. And so I began to know that I can impact people by talking to them and being kind to people. Yeah. You just be kind. When you're kind, and then the fulfillment when that person gives you a smile, at the end of the day, you feel like, I've done my part. I've done my part. Yeah. And then after Huduma Center, I think I got comfortable and forgot about it. And later on in life, I got into crisis, and my life became a bit hard. And so I decided. I didn't actually decide. I was thinking, why am I going through these issues in life? Is it like career-wise issues? Career-wise, you see, like the way you said, you don't take your career as your purpose. As your purpose. Because it was just at a snap of a finger, and I'm just calling that, and I'm told you will be at home for some time until things work out. And I'm like, yeah. Wait, now where do I even begin? Yeah. And again, I was also in crisis in my marriage. You're like, oh my God. Everywhere. Nothing is working in my marriage. Now that's my career, been told to step down for some time. Yeah. I don't know till when. Wow. You get? Yeah. And so I'm in the middle of something that I never anticipated. Yeah. And initially I thought, because now I'm here and it's a permanent and pensionable. My goodness. And now I never thought, and people would tell me, when you're permanent and pensionable, no one can sack you. No one can. And so I'm feeling like now I'm in my comfort zone. Now you don't even think about anything else, because you feel, what else can happen? Yeah, I mean, it can't get any better. Yeah, well, shock on you. Shock on me. And I was doing well, and God helped me. My working days, because I was able to do some few things. Actually, my siblings would want to come to my place because they would find everything in that house. Yeah. And now here I am. I'm used to a good life. Yeah. My marriage is crumbling down. And now the job is till further notice. We don't know till when. And I'm like, now what do I do? And then there's my brother-in-law told me maybe God is God is calling you to do what He wants you to do.
Yeah, pushing towards that.
Yeah, and I think He seems like you're very comfortable where you are, and He wants you to take up your assignment.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Wow, that is deep actually.
Yeah, and actually He kept on telling me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it can't be. How? I've been in church.
Yeah.
I've been serving. So what else is it that is remaining? What more can it be that God wants me to do?
Yeah.
And He kept on pressing me. And I was like, okay, I'll do what I can. Then here comes my bishop. No, how do I even say it? He's the spiritual father to my mother. And he tells me, you need to start doing your assignment. I'm like, okay.
Now that's clearly the voice of God.
Yes. And to show you that you need to be on your path, he gave me a date and told me, on this and this date, you're coming to Elbagon to preach.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
Like that's been forced onto that path. Yes. Like it's time.
It's time. You've taken now. You've had your time. No, God needs you to do what your assignment. And I remember there are people who would call. There are men and women of God who would tell me, "Hey, you called to serve."
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, clearly you didn't hear God very well. You know,
you are in denial.
And so now during this crisis, you called and you're told, now you need to do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And Bishop calls me, and I go and I preach, and people are really blessed. And now he tells me, now don't think that you've attained what you ought to attain.
Yeah.
You need now to press on and to push harder. And now that you have time, use that time wisely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank Bishop.
Yeah.
Wow. And I took up the task. And that's why I'm saying you're on the journey. I'm on the journey.
Yeah.
I'm not yet there. It's just I'm working through it. Because I've also tried so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love cooking, and so I thought, why not venture into baking, which I actually started. And then I got pregnant along the way, and the baby I was carrying, pregnancy issues.
Yeah.
Why you don't even understand?
I don't relate.
You can't relate. You'll come for advice.
One day.
Yes, I'll talk to that man and tell him, it's like a journey that we go. Even her herself, I understand what is going on.
Yeah.
And so when I got pregnant, my baby didn't want the smell of bread.
Oh my God.
Or anything baking wheat. And so that's how I gave up. And that's how I gave up on baking. Though I do it partially.
Yeah.
But the baby refused.
Yeah.
But now what I'm working on right now is towards my call. And you see now, in terms of being a minister, not a preacher.
Yeah.
I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. I'm just there somewhere. But I'm able now to talk to people, encourage people.
Yeah.
Which I find it more fulfilling, that you can talk to someone who is almost giving up.
Yeah.
And say,
they receive hope.
Yes, they get hope.
So fulfilling.
And that is so fulfilling to me. It feels good. And I think now that's the path I'm taking to be able to impact so many people. And now that you're preparing for the second coming, of that many people will get to hear the gospel.
Yeah.
Many people will get to know who God is and be able to align themselves with the will of God.
That's powerful.
Yes.
So basically for you, it's crisis, career crisis.
Yeah.
And it just opened your eyes and you were like, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Because now you see when you're in your comfort zone and things are really working. At times we tend to forget. We tend to think that we've made it which is not. Yeah, you've not made it.
I've just remembered the story of Peter in the Bible. Well, the disciples, and how they were all comfortable in the boat.
Yeah.
But in that moment, they didn't know that they were called for more.
True.
They were all very comfortable until Jesus says, come. Like, you should not just be comfortable in that boat. Come forth. And Peter did it,
Yeah.
So you came forth.
Yeah.
And right now you're still in that journey of discovering your purpose, fulfilling part of what you already know.
Yeah.
And I think that is very different compared to somebody that is not doing their purpose at all.
Yeah. And I always give this example of the book of Isaiah, where Isaiah, not Isaiah, the Songs of Solomon, where he says, do not laugh at me because I'm parched, because I've been working on my brother's vineyard, and my own vineyard have I forgotten.
Oh. Oh. Say that again.
Do not laugh at me because I'm parched.
Yes.
I've been busy working on my brother's vineyards. My own vineyard have I forgotten.
It's given. I've been working in other people's companies. I've been working in other people's jobs. I've been working in other people's
I've been building empires for
others. I let go of my own. I forgot my own. Oh.
You see, you've really worked very hard, but
it's not for you.
It's not for you.
It's not advancing your purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is
that hit hard.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And the day I came to realize about that, I think that's the day I stopped comparing myself with others. When you compare yourself with others, you kill your purpose completely.
Yeah. You start trying to copy them.
Yes.
Being like them.
I try to be Rozitta and clearly I'm not Rozitta.
Yeah.
I'm Anne. And Anne has an assignment.
Yeah.
That is really different. We may merge somewhere along the way, but it's truly different.
Yeah.
And there are some people I need to reach. There are some people Rozitta needs to reach.
Yeah.
And so if I compete with Rozitta, there's nothing I will achieve.
Oof. Yeah. Okay. That's amazing.
So I don't compare myself. I'm content with who I am.
Yeah.
And the person I compete with
is you.
Yes.
Amazing.
To become a better me.
Yeah. There's something Facebook has been doing recently of showing you a photo like in 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and then they're like attached a photo of you now. And I'm like, this is so good because it's forcing you to see your growth, your progress, if you've changed or not, if you're better or not.
To see where you've come from.
Yeah, and it just reminded me I need to always compare myself to the person that I was yesterday, not somebody else, And that was liberating.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, Mark Zuckerberg, my coffee.
Good job.
That's amazing.
And with that, you're able to give God thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to know where you've come from.
Yeah.
And where you're going to.
Amazing.
You're hopeful for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, for me, discovering my purpose, I feel like, when I was growing up, I grew up admiring speakers.
Wow.
Yeah. I admired the likes of Oprah, admired Steve Harvey. Like, those are people I grew up. Not that I even listened to them. And honestly, I didn't even have the mind to comprehend what they are saying.
Yeah.
But then there was just something about them that was drawing me towards them. And so I just grew up thinking that I want to be like Oprah and whatnot. Well, that's the understanding I had when I was growing up. But later on, as I matured, I realized it's not that I want to be like Oprah. Is I just want to speak to the hearts of people on a platform like hers,
Yeah.
And so once I graduated, I had a graduation party.
Yeah.
And so many people came, so many people gave me gifts. I was given I think roughly maybe 60,000.
Wow.
And I used it all to buy this camera that is recording.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's nice.
I was like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know how, but I see people doing it on YouTube. And so I'm gonna use this money to buy a tool that will enhance me and help me fulfill this desire that I have in me.
Wow.
But then when I began, I was all over the place. I wanted to be like everybody. I wanted to be like Wabosh. So I started doing makeup videos. And did I know how to do makeup? No. I did not.
You're like me now.
Exactly. We need to train you. We're gonna train you. We're gonna watch Wabosh's videos and train you. So I tried that. And then occasionally I started doing interviews. I started doing solo videos. But what was filling my heart the most was just having conversations that are uplifting. And it took me about a year for me to realize that. A year into YouTube.
Wow.
So if you go back to watch my first videos, they're all about vlogs, makeup videos, going thrifting at Gikomba.
Still discovering yourself.
Yeah, I was on that journey, trying different things that I thought are what I want. But all those made me understand, no, this is just extra baggage that I need to lay aside. And eventually, I found myself at the corner seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know, I really wanted to be part of the corner seat those days.
Really?
Yeah. I was saying to myself, can't Rozitta just call me?
For real?
Like, oi.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I really desired for you to call me at that time. But now, you see how God does things? He had to wait for me to come up and to be built and to be able to bring something here.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that. You didn't tell me that.
I didn't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is amazing. Yeah. And many years later, here you are officially co-hosted.
Imagine who would have thought.
Okay, this is amazing. So basically, me finding my purpose, aligning to my path, has also brought you in, so that your purpose
can also be
merges with mine. Oh my gosh, this is so fascinating.
I knew you didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought maybe as a guest, maybe one time.
Yeah.
But God had better plans. You'd probably would have come then and just be a one-time guest. And that would be the end. But then again, and honestly, when the corner seat was beginning, I didn't even have the idea of co-hosting in mind. All I was thinking about is bringing in guests. We have a conversation, they leave, and that is it. But as time went on, I started having this desire to co-host with somebody. I didn't know who. I didn't know how. And here we are.
And that reminds me of the day we talked about it.
Yeah.
And then we were talking and we were finding,
we are aligning. It's like just syncing so seamlessly.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, maybe God was waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
But honestly, that time I was like, or maybe she's not calling me because I'm not a celeb.
Oh my gosh. Well, God had better plans. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I got you there, right?
Okay, you win. You've gotten me good. But I like how both our journeys of discovering our purpose has led us right to this moment, right here, right now.
True.
And you'd imagine if you had chosen to take a different path, I don't know how life would be for both of us. I don't know, honestly.
And if I didn't get the crisis,
you'd probably still be comfortable, living a good life, by the way, but not fulfilled. Oh my gosh.
I think God aligns everything.
Yeah. Every experience of our lives.
Maybe I would have told you I'm busy now. I can't.
Whether you'd not even have been available. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Everything has worked together for good.
Yeah.
And here we are doing the corner seat together, doing Talita Kumi together. And I love that every experience of our lives has just led us to this point.
Yeah.
And in a nutshell, it just feels like the best way for you to discover your purpose is to analyze your experiences, your encounters, the people you meet, and how all these things make you feel.
True.
Because let me tell you, on days that I'm not doing content, on days that I'm not at the podcast, I feel like, Lord, what's my purpose even, But regardless of how exhausted I am, I sleep thinking about doing a podcast, and it's so exciting.
Wow.
And I feel so filled. I don't even know how to explain that. But I just feel like that's one of the ways that I really got to understand. I love speaking. And it's a journey definitely that I'm still on. I'm still growing.
Yeah.
And I know maybe with time it's gonna, I don't know, become brighter.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. So this is fascinating.
Right now I'm also trying to empower myself, get the knowledge I need.
Yeah.
Because I believe there are people who are seeking for knowledge. And once I get it and able to share it with people, they're going to be transformed.
Definitely.
That's the joy of my heart.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes. So in discovering your purpose, working in it, you also are equipping yourself to be able to fulfill it better.
Yeah. Because you can't be here and just speak. Speak.
Honestly,
you need to have the information. You have to have the knowledge to impact it to people. So that even when people are speaking to you, they'll hear and get something. They just know what you for the sake of what.
Yeah.
And that one has also made me become a good learner and connect with people that have knowledge. Now you need to connect with people that are more knowledgeable than you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's really helping.
Wow.
I think in finding you will not even be pushed to do some things.
It's natural.
It's natural. My dad was saying one day he got educated because he just wanted to get papers and get a job. Right now, even a newspaper for him, he can't read it.
It's like, I did my part.
Yes, and
I got the job.
And that was it. Just let me be. And I was like him.
Yeah.
But again, right now I'm thinking, my purpose needs me to be more knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And if I don't go into books, I won't even fulfill quarter of what I need to.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm right now into books.
Yeah.
Like never before. And I'm like, wow. I was telling my mother the other day, wow. This time I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I just need to be in books.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah,
it's time to get the in for the knowledge.
And now when you're doing something for you to be fulfilled, there is ease.
Yeah.
You do it with a lot of ease. Kitambo used to read a book and I would sleep. I would sleep immediately. Yani, it was like a sleeping pill for me.
What? But right now you're focused.
I'm focused.
Yeah.
I have to have my notebook. You wish I used to.
Oh my gosh. That is so inspiring actually. I'm getting inspired because girl needs to read more. Yeah.
I am. And with notebooks to write the things that I'm finding that I need to read. Yeah. Wow. So when you find your purpose, you will be, and you take that bold step and decide. Yeah. And decide that I'm gonna use what I have to become better. Yeah. You don't have to reach out for so many things that you don't have. Whatever you have to make your life even better. To be able to, God has given us a lot of resources. Yeah. And the resources that God has given unto us, believe me or not, they will help you. And whatever God has given to your disposal, He has given it to you because He knows that your purpose is aligned to this. And when you use these things right, you'll be able to fulfill what He has called you to do. Wow. And so don't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
And focus on what God has done. That one gives you the strength to move on and say, He that has carried me through will still take me through.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, this has been an amazing conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel like my take home is no experience is wasted.
Wow.
Yep.
Nothing is wasted.
Nothing is wasted.
Nothing.
You going to Huduma, you going to your next job, you being told you need to stay at home. All of that experience, none of it has gone to waste.
Actually, you've just reminded me. There's a pastor who told me about it. My parents had a hardware at Pipeline Nakuru. Yeah. And so I was there. I was working there. And he would come there and he was just taking, he was helping me and mentoring me. Yeah. And he told me, don't usikasirike working here. Yeah. God does not waste any experience. And true. What are you telling? What? True. I'm doing procurement. Yeah. What is procurement and hardware? Yeah. Surely. Yeah. And true to his words, as I look at the cycle of life and the way God has taken me, the stages that I've come through, you realize, wow. It's not too waste. From the hardware, I was able to talk to people. Then go to Huduma Center, more of talking to people. Yeah. And now that God is giving me a bigger and a better platform to talk to people, you're like, okay. Yep. None is wasted. None is wasted. Yeah. And it's, even talking to people, it's not a smooth journey. Yeah. Because there are people you will meet and they're very high tempered. Yeah. Others are very cool. Now those develop your character. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And you're able now to deal and to handle any kind of person that comes to you. Yeah. Yeah. Oof, that's amazing. This has been very fruitful, I must say. It has been. And I'm glad that we are both in a stage of life where our purposes have aligned. Yes. And now we get to work together. We don't know how long. We don't know up to what point. Yeah. But until then, it's going to be a good ride. It will be. Yeah. And you're going to enjoy the ride. Definitely. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's a nice journey. Yeah. And I pray that God will help us reach as many people as possible. Amen. And be impactful to their lives. Amen. Yeah. Amen. That's my prayer. Awesome. Yes. Any last remarks for this podcast? I want to encourage someone there that is still looking for and trying to find their purpose. I want you to know that it's doable. And once you begin to walk in your purpose, let me tell you, nothing will stop you. Yeah. Yeah, nothing. You become unstoppable. Yeah. You'll be able to do even what you never thought you would do. Yeah. Amazing. And achieve greater heights. Yeah. Thank you so much. That has been encouraging and uplifting. I've enjoyed this conversation absolutely. Me too. I'm enlightened. Yeah. And I'm so glad that we've had this convo. Yeah. And maybe just to remind our viewers, we have the online monthly mentorship forum happening on June 27th or 28th? 27th. It's on a Saturday. Saturday is 27th? Yes. All right, yeah. From 8 p.m. Yeah, and on this forum, we're going to be talking about finances. We have a guest that's going to enlighten us on financial wokeness. Is there such a word? I don't know, but it makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. Yeah. Like a journey of finances that we need to know. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think I really need that journey. Yeah, and so we're going to have a financial coach with us that's going to be talking to us about how to grow your finances, what to do differently, savings, investments, all those kinds of things. So that if that's something that you're interested in, you have between now and Friday to register. You're gonna see the details right on your screen. You can register. It's only 1,500 Kenya shillings, and you get enough worth to change your financial life completely. So I look forward to having you join us. Yeah, please join us. Yeah, it's gonna be impactful. That would be amazing. Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Until then, I'm gonna say kwaheri. Bye-bye. Take care and see you on the next episode. Bye.